Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank y'all so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe and join me on this journey. Also, beware of fake pages and scammers and WhatsApp. I'm only on YouTube and Instagram. I have the blue check mark over there. I am not on TikTok. I am not on Facebook. So if you see that, report it. It's not me, okay? Help me to get them down. So today I'm going to be talking about an article that was sent to me and I thought it was great. So let me make a video on this and we can just kind of walk through this together. So I know many of you love buying different stocks and funds for a low cost, right? You like when the cost per share is like really, really small because it helps you to build up your position faster. My take on that has always been just because something is cheap in price. Let's say $5 a share. I've seen some that are like $2 and some change per share, maybe $10 per share. Doesn't necessarily mean it is a good company, right? Or even a fund. And you just want to make sure that you do your due diligence when you are looking up different stocks and funds and you see the price is really low and so you're going to just put your money into it. You don't want to do that. Fractional shares exist to help to mitigate that. So let's say you see SCHD, which is about 30 some odd dollars, and maybe you only have $20 to invest. You can buy fractional shares. That's the perk of fractional shares, is that it allows you to buy pieces of, let's say more expensive stocks and funds. And you can just slowly build up your position that way, okay? Because when you are an investor, you're long term, right? And you want to make sure that you understand what you're buying because if it pulls back, if the stock drops, if the price drops, you want to be able to hold on to the philosophy and the strategy that you have around your portfolio, okay? But here are 10 of the best and cheap dividend stocks to buy under $20. Now, I know under is cut off over here because I did zoom in. I know some of you are watching this on your phone, okay? And again, thank you to the person who sent me this article, and I will have the link to this below so that you guys can go check it out. Now, Ford is one of the companies on this list, and we're going to take a look at that today. But a lot of people, are interested in buying companies that are cheap in price. And I feel like many of these are pretty solid in terms of, if it is a little bit cheaper. I like that this list that they compiled are not necessarily bad companies. I think that they're just in a slump right now. So if you're going to, let's say, buy a stock or a business that is in a slump, you want to make sure that you understand the financials. You want to make sure you understand who the CEO and the different management is. You want to make sure that whatever they're making, whether it's a product or creating a service, that it is sustainable. Especially again when you're in individual stocks. When you're in a fund, it's a little bit easier because you don't have to do as much research, but you definitely have to like stay on your game when you're in single stocks, okay? Especially dividend single stocks, okay? So the first one they have listed in terms of by yield and implied upside. So like I mentioned, they're in a slump, but there's some upside potential to these and they're all under 20 bucks, okay? So the first one is the NatWest Group. I'm going to go to stock analysis, which is right here, and I already have it up on the screen. So I just want to kind of walk through a few of them with you, just to see what's going on. So right now it's at $17.99 pre-market. So I'm filming this at 8:36 in the morning on July 6th. This could be higher than $20. It could be lower than $20 by the time you see it. But pre-market is at $18.11. But I just wanted to see what this company was. So if you come over here, you can see that, let me see. Let me expand my screen a little bit. Okay, so the NatWest Group is ticker symbol NWG. Okay, so they provide banking and financial products and services in the UK. Okay, and internationally. So I think the person who sent me this article was talking about getting more exposure on an international stage, which I have been loving, like VXUX, and even the Fidelity. I can't think of the ticker, but the Fidelity International Index Fund. But this is an individual stock, so you just want to be a little bit more careful with your risk tolerance. But banking and financial products and services in the UK and internationally. Okay. So they deal with accounts, mortgages, personal unsecured lending, personal deposits, as well as mobile and online banking services. Interesting. Okay. They have a lot of employees, over 66,000 employees. They were founded in 1727. They do have a website right here. If we come down to their financial performance, this is really, really important. You can see the CEO right here. It's good to know who these people are. So you can see that their annual revenue has gone up over the past couple of years. I'll give them that. Earnings as well has gone up. Let's see about quarter. It's kind of Q3 of 2025, Q4 2025 is kind of the same. It fell a little bit in Q1 of 2026. Let me see if this company pays a dividend. You know, I got to check. You can see right here the little chart. If I come to year to date, you can see that there was a high of $19.07 back on February 3rd of this year. There was a big pullback on March 20th. It went down to $13.89. Wow. Then it kind of went up a little bit, kind of fell back, and it's kind of slowly making its way back up. Let me look at the past year. Okay, the past year is up about 29.52%. And okay, I mean, I understand why they're saying if you come back over here, the implied upside is about 17.8%. It's not something I will buy, but again, I'm just looking at it because the article was sent to me. And this is all a part of like researching and everything like that. Coming down to Ford, ticker symbol F. It's really, really easy. The Ford Motor Company. I have never owned this company before, but I know it can be really popular. If I come down to the chart just to see year to date how this has been performing. Okay, so about 1.83%. If I come to the past year, about 17.71%. So it did fall a little bit. The high you can see was at $17.44 back on May 29th of this year. So it did fall a little bit. Past month is down 19.66%. So, you know, there is a little bit of implied upside here. It's not a company I'm interested in. I'm actually surprised Ford is still in business. I know they've been trying to get into the EV space. But yeah, I'm just not into it. If I come to see the dividend, I mean, 60 cents annually, so it's not really a whole lot. They don't even have information here for a payout ratio. The dividend growth has fallen. Let me come back to NWG. Let me see if their dividend information here. So they pay out 85 cents semi-annually, so that's twice a year. So you can see right here, they pay out usually in August and in March. So their last payout was 60 cents on okay, the ex-dividend date was March 20th. The record date was March 20th, but didn't pay until May 5th. So just keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. Coming back over here, let me just pick about one or two more. Blue Owl Capital. I think I've heard of that one before. Ticker symbol OWL, Owl. You can see this at $9.04 or $9.06 pre-market. Let's come to overview. I'm on stock analysis if you didn't know. If I go year to date, okay, so it's down about 40%. The past year is down about 52.97%. According to this article, there's about a 16.7% upside to this. Let's come and see what this company is all about. So Blue Owl Capital operates as an alternative asset manager in the U.S. It offers permanent capital-based solutions that enable it to offer holistic framework of capital solutions to middle market companies, large alternative asset managers, and corporate real estate owners and tenants. So they just provide private financing solutions. I would probably stay away from this. Again, I can't tell you what to buy, but yeah, I would probably stay away from this. Let's see, they were founded in 2020. They probably pay a dividend here. Yeah, 92 cents per year. They do pay out quarterly. Let's see. The last one was 23 cents on May 13th. So I guess the next one isn't until August. Yeah, quarterly. So I wouldn't invest in this. But I'm just trying to do some research here. Let me do one more. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. Hold on. Wait, let's see. We got this one. This is a 171% upside. So ticker symbol TME. Okay, let's see. This is the Tencent Music Entertainment Group. I may be saying that name wrong. Okay. So they operate online music entertainment platforms such as music streaming. Okay, that's a big thing. online karaoke, and live streaming services. Okay, this is a China-based company. Okay. They also allow users to discover, enjoy, and share music in personalized ways. So long form audio content, audiobooks, podcasts, and talk shows. I will say that I do realize that in terms of communication, like the traditional news shows that we all used to watch on TV back in the day, I think everybody has a podcast now. Audiobooks are becoming a big thing. Talk shows are becoming a big thing online. I just took my earring out of my ear. Oh my goodness. Um, but again, it's probably something I'm going to stay away from, though I do see this becoming much bigger in the future. I can tell you, I rarely watch news stations. I get all of my stuff online now. So it is becoming a thing. They have about 5,600 employees, which is, always pretty cool. Let's see, past year or year to date, they're down 50%. Past year, about 55% they're down. Past 5 years, they're down 44%. So I think the highest they were was about $25.35. That was August of last year. They do pay a dividend. It's about 24 cents annually. So their last dividend was on, and that's once a year. So usually, so 23 cents, they paid, back in April. Well, the ex-dividend date was April, but the pay date was April 23rd. I would probably stay away from this. I know it's a big implied upside of 171%, but yeah. And then lastly, I'll do VF Corp. That's ticker symbol VFC. Okay, let's see what this company is all about. Okay. So, okay, this is an apparel brand. So, branded apparel, footwear, and accessories for men, women, and children. Okay, so they're kind of a global company. Outdoor and active wear. Okay. Okay, so it looks like they own Timberland, North Face brands. I know they're big in the youth area, so they have handbags, footwear, and things like that. Wow, they have 26,000 employees. They've been around for a minute. Let's see. If I come to year to date, they're down about 9.85%. Past year, they're up. Okay, about 33%. Past 5 years, they're down about 80%. So if you come back to even October 25th of 2021, they were at $72. Right now, they're at $16. So the risk is there. Yeah, you could take a huge loss, but you can also gain a big reward, a return. I would not buy this. I think the risk is just too much for me. They do not pay a dividend at the moment. If they do, is really, really small, and it's not really any information here. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut this dividend, but I would not invest in this. I can't tell you what to do, but I will not. Okay, so they also own the Levi brand as well. They also have a website. Let me see if I can go to the website. Let's come to the brands right here. Okay, let me move my face over. Some of the brands. They own Vans. Okay, the North Face, where they make good coats. Timberland, solid boots. Eastpak, solid book bags. JanSport, probably the best book bag out there, especially if you have kids. So I get it. Um, I just I don't know if I want to get in an individual stock that's based on apparel. I know it's well made, but again, if times get tough, I just don't know. So you can let me know what you guys think. But again, I'll leave this article down below where you can go and explore yourselves, and let me know what you think. But yeah, $20. They're saying these are good companies or with some good upside. It's just they're in a slump right now. But again, let me know what you guys think if you had to pick one of these to invest in. Or let me know if you know of a company that's in a slump that you're looking to buy. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tickle that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And until next time, you already know, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.